there's a lot of different energies coming in, passing by Earth, if you want to call it that. I'm going to try to put this in the best, simplest terms that I can that can be understood. Um, Really, we want to talk more about making sure you're keeping your own energy clear, but also if you're tapping in and wanting to listen to more of your own intuition and wanting to make sure you're not being skewed in any way by anything else, is where we're going to talk about how to make sure you're protecting yourself and clearing your bubble to make sure the information dropping in is true and of love and light. So our world is moving through the universe, um, as it always has, but we're moving through a different space that we've never been in our universe right now, and in which then we've somewhat been cloaked for the last 1,000 years or so, maybe a little bit less, but it was very interesting information that I was given on this, and it confused me at first because I wasn't totally sure why I was being told to take this in. But it's making more and more sense as I'm working with this ancient energy about this evolution of consciousness. But to make sure we're clearing our space and protecting ourselves and our own energy is becoming more and more important because we are being seen by many. And that's just not just many people, other people here, but many other energies that exist within our universe that have never seen Earth before. Are they excited to come in? They want to help us? Yes, of course. But they're also can be a little bit more intruding, I guess is the best way I can put this. And so if you don't have your boundaries set in place or you don't have your protection for your own self and your own space, people can get very confused by this because all of a sudden there's more energy in their body that's not really theirs, and they don't really like the body doesn't really know how to process that or like kind of release that itself. And so it sits and it can cause a lot of conflicting things to happen because now all of a sudden the brain's like, oh, body, like what's happening here? And the body feels a little overwhelmed. So then what does it go? Straight up to the mind and start giving you overwhelm because the ego will take over on that. The ego will try to use that to its advantage to try and put you in a state of misery or put you into a state of overwhelm in itself. And so when we're talking about protecting our space and our energy in our area, making a sacred space for ourselves, which is usually our homes, um, it's really important to do this now. Whether you're in this world or not, it's still important to do. I don't care if you don't believe in anything larger than yourself, that's fine. But we're asking you that you start protecting your own energy, whether you believe in it all or not. Because no matter what, at least that way we know you'll be safe by protecting your own energy and your channels. It might be hard for you if you don't believe in something larger than yourself. But if you're watching this video, I almost guarantee there's probably some part of you that knows there's something bigger out there. And that's all you need to know. It doesn't need to be this really involved thing. But you're going to ask for help to protect your field and your bubble and make sure that there's no other energies that aren't yours coming into your space that you don't need to be dealing with. How many times have you ever walked into a room and you're like, whoa, something intense just happened here? You can cut the tension with a knife, right? Or something happened that was a situation that was really angry, right? So there's just a lot of people that were really angry, maybe an argument or something had happened, but you weren't in the room and you come in later and all of a sudden you're feeling that tension. That tension's likely come from some kind of situation that's happened, but nobody's told you what happened. That was you picking up on the energy in the room. So this is kind of how we're showing you how energy affects all of us, whether we're being told what has happened in a situation or not, right? So if you can imagine, energy is always constantly floating around us, especially if you're in public places or if you work in public. Super important to like make sure your bubble is your bubble, right? You don't want to be taking on everybody else's anger, sadness, or grief, or whatever it is that they may be expelling in that moment, because it's not yours to deal with anyway. It's not that we can't help other people, but how are we supposed to help other people if we're just taking on all their own energy and causing a whole bunch of crazy emotions and chaos in ourselves, right? So this is how you're going to do it. You're simply just going to ask for help. You can ask it from your higher self if you wish. If you don't feel like saying God, source, universe, whatever, if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, say your higher self because it's still you, right? It's just you and the energetic part of yourself, okay? So we just need to make sure that door opens though so that we can get the help and they can provide us the help to create a bubble for ourselves. And you can just simply say, especially if you're going out in public, I do recommend saying it every time, especially if there's lots of people around. or you're feeling anxiety all of a sudden when you're out, you can just say, oh, I just need my own bubble back. Whatever is not mine, I release from my body. Simple. It does not need to be a whole lot more than that. You're just opening the door for that help to come in. And the other piece is important to say too, that it's only of the white light for your protection. Okay. The reason why that is important is because there is some heavier energies that may try to take advantage if the door just opens and you're asking for protection. So just say, I want protection from my higher self of the white light, or I want to ask for protection of my own energy from God, source, universe. I want to ask for protection of my own energy of the white light that exists with the archangels, called the central sun. So no matter how you say it, doesn't matter. Find something that resonates with you and that you're comfortable in saying that, and that's all you need. And I do promise you, you will start to feel a difference when you're out in public, because you'll be more clear. You'll be a little bit calmer. You'll not be so agitated, especially if you're an introvert and you've been drug out to, public spaces. And introverts, really, all we are is just sensitive, energetic beings. That's it. Because I can be an extrovert now in certain situations if I choose to, because I'm protecting my own energy. So we'll probably make another video about that sometime. I wish you guys have a good day. So remember to protect your energy and make your sacred space for yourself. And you, of course, can do this in your home too. I do my home all the time. My sacred space. Whoever enters my home, their shit gets left at the door. If they want to pick it up when they leave, that's on them. But it's not coming into my home, right? Same type of deal. All right. Bye, all.